Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is MrEmeraldMan, and in today's video, I am coming at you with another review. Now, as you can see right in front of you, this is Moon Knight, or as it's known on their website, Lunar Vigilante from Firestar Customs, and I just wanted to review this guy. I got this guy about a month or two back, and now that I've had him in hand for quite a while, I want to give you my honest review of what I think of this figure, and let you know if you should buy it, or if maybe you should skip out on this one and maybe look for other options. But without further ado, let's get into this review. Now, first thing I want to talk about this figure is the packaging. What did this figure come in? I actually kind of lost the cards and everything, but if you've ever bought from Firestar Toys, it comes with this like plastic packaging and then these like little cards inside. So that's basically what it came in. Like I said, I lost it, and I really wish I had it to show you guys, but fortunately I don't. However, I will put an image up on screen right now. That's basically the packaging it came in. Definitely a little something extra special for this. Now, this figure in total costed about £34.95, which I don't really know how much it is in US dollars, but I will put an image up on screen of how much that roughly translates to. It was a pretty expensive figure because it was shipping from the UK to the US, and on top of that, I got it for fast delivery, so that way it could arrive sooner, because I am a pretty impatient guy, but I'm sure there are cheaper options, so that way it could come out a lot less. Now, this Moon Knight figure actually comes with quite a few accessories. It does come with an alternative head, as well as a hairpiece for that head, and it does come with the extra cape, which is the classic moon shape that you saw in the show. And it does come with one of those like moon sort of weapons that he had in the show. I don't really know what it's called, but he had one of those things. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with two. On top of that, it also comes with his signature hoodie and the cape that the figure originally comes with. Also did forget to mention that these cape pieces do come with printing on them, and I definitely like this printing. It looks really amazing, really cool, and just the fabric for these capes just feels so high quality, and again, this whole figure is just perfect. Now, this is something important that I really want to discuss about, and mainly the whole reason why I made this video is the durability of the hood piece. Now, as you could probably tell if you're a diehard LEGO fan, this hood piece is not actually official LEGO. It's actually something custom Firestar Toys made for this figure, and I just wanted to discuss if this hood piece is durable or not. If you happen to drop it, is it going to survive a couple dinks and, scratches and stuff like that? And, well, I can say firsthand that it kind of didn't. As you can see right there, if I just zoom in, there is a bit of a scratch, I would call it. Maybe, I don't know what you would really call it. I'm not entirely sure if that was there on the figure before I dropped it or not. However, as you can see right there, there's a bit of a scratch or a dink in the helmet. Now, granted, I did kind of drop this a couple times. I did have it on my top shelf. Kind of landed on a hard wooden surface, and that's when I decided to add that base plate underneath the figure. But yeah, I dropped it a couple times. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 times, and that's all really the damage that I've noticed. And I'm not even sure if that was there in the first place or not. But yeah, that was my fault. And again, if you accidentally dropped this figure, I'm pretty sure it could survive a couple of hits are there, but it hasn't cracked or anything, luckily. And again, this could possibly have been there from the beginning, and I just didn't notice until right now. But again, this figure is custom piece is actually really durable. Now, obviously, I do kind of have to address something, and that's the fact that this figure was obviously released along with 2 other figures, that being Lunar Lad, and I don't really remember what Firestar Toys called their figure, but Khonshu is his name originally from the series and from the comic books. And yeah, I didn't get those 2 figures mainly because it was a little bit out of my budget, and I kind of wanted the one that I truly wanted the most, that being Moon Knight. However, I did a couple months back. I decided to make my own custom Mr. Knight from the series, and yeah, I made this figure back when my painting skills were not really all that good. So I think it was my first time actually making a figure that I genuinely liked. To be honest, I think that they work well together. However, I think that definitely in the future I do want to get the Lunar Lad or Mr. Knight from Firestar Toys, just so that way I could have the 2 pairs. Might not be in the near future, it might be, I don't know yet, but yeah, I just wanted something to compare this guy with and kind of have the duo together. Now, here's one final thing that I want to talk about, and that is the printing on the figure. The printing is not pad printing as LEGO normally does. It's actually UV printing, which is I'm not sure if it's better or worse. I've tried to do my own research. From what I've noticed, they both seem to have their pros and cons. However, my initial concern with getting this figure was that I wasn't really going to like the printing. I was always skeptical about UV printing and if it was going to be on par with Lego's pad printing. And to be honest, it hasn't really stuck too much out to me, the UV printing. If anything, I don't really mind it. I actually kind of like it and I've gotten used to it. It is a little bit raised. However, in person, you can't really tell. You really have to look at it to actually see the fact that it's raised. But most people aren't really gonna have their eye up close to a Lego minifigure. They're gonna have it pretty far, and it honestly, you can't even tell the difference from UV printing to pad printing. So, yeah, if that's one of your concerns about if you're gonna like the UV printing, to be honest, you can't really tell once you have it up there. So it really shouldn't be that big of a concern. So, what are my final thoughts on this figure? Well, to be honest, it seems like a really good deal for a figure. The helmet, the hood piece is actually really durable, and for 34 pounds, or whatever it roughly translates to US dollars, it's not that bad. And when comparing it to other options that you have out there, which aren't really that many, this is honestly the best one. So yeah, to be honest, would I recommend this figure? Yes, definitely. It's such a great figure, and again, really good pricing, so I would definitely recommend this to somebody who is a big Moon Knight fan. So yeah guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit in case you were looking at buying this Moon Knight figure. Definitely subscribe if you're new here. And if you want to see more reviews on other custom Lego minifigures, definitely let me know in the comments below. Or if you want to see a random review on literally anything, I will review it just to help you guys out in the long run. But yeah, just let me know in the comments what you would like to see me review next, and I will try and get to that.